and it really helps being less injury prone. It doesn't keep you away from injuries. Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex, and today is the Q&A video to celebrate 1000 subscribers. In the meantime, we almost reached another milestone, but this is going crazy, and I'm really super thankful to each and every one of you who subscribed. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for being so nice and encouraging in the comments. It's a fantastic journey, and I hope it's only the beginning. Before diving into the questions, I just want to give you a heads up that on Saturday we'll publish the Q2 carbon data time. So for those of you who are new on the channel, each quarter we're having here on the channel a battle between all the carbon plated shoes that released in the quarter, or at least most of them, and we're diving into the metrics, the specs, the points, all we do during the battles here on the channel. And the battle for Q2 releases on Saturday. It's gonna be a premiere type of video, so I will be live at the same time online answering your questions in the chat, and we can chat, have a little discussion. It's gonna be 4 p.m. Brussels time. This is 3 p.m. British Summer Time, 10 a.m. on the east coast of the US, 7 a.m. on the west coast, and in Australia it's gonna be past midnight or 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry for that. It's difficult to find a time that works for everyone, but I hope many of you will join for the premiere video of the Q2 carbon data time. All right, let's dive into the question. First one, Andy is asking my favorite speed and endurance workouts for 5-10K style races. And second question, which running form drills are the most useful, and when, how often, and for how long to do them? Two great questions. For the first one, for 10K, I really like something like 6 times 1K, 8 times 1K, done slightly above 10K pace. It's a really good workout. In between 400 meters rest, 200 meters if it's really like peaking time of the season. 5K, I like something like two sets of 10 times 200s. With 200s rest, and that can be a hard one. Yeah, I like those two. Now keep in mind that we all have very different metabolic profiles, and workouts that work for someone may not work at all for someone else, depending on the physiology of each and every one. So these are my favorites, and they work for me, but they may not work for you. Which running form drills are the most useful? Well, plyometrics are really useful, and especially when performed before an interval session, for instance, they can work really well because they activate some muscle fibers that you will then recruit during the session, and that you would not necessarily recruit if not doing the plyometrics. So this is really good. Everything that for instance, working on the balance pad, I find it really useful and works for many people. So these are something that I like to do. I do these twice a week. Second question, Tim Gross, fellow YouTuber, asking if I started as a runner or as a cyclist, and which one I prefer. I started running in high school, being like 15 years old. I ran my first marathon being 16. It was just a mistake. I wasn't prepared for that, but I wanted to do one, and I did. And then I quit running. I went into cycling, became quite competitive in road cycling. And then I quit cycling. I didn't do anything for like a couple of years when I was in university, and when I picked up endurance sports, I picked up both at the same time, so running and cycling, and now I'm a duathlete. So that's the story. Which one do I prefer? None. I mean, sometimes during the season, I'm a bit bored with either running or cycling because I have done too much, intensive work on either of them. But most of the season, I'm really happy doing both. And actually having two sports is also quite nice for my mental health, I guess. Third question, Anna is asking best easy day recovery shoe. This is a very good one. I'm thinking of Saucony Endorphin Shift one that I really liked. I'm using the Tarmac 4 as well for easy days. It's not really an easy day shoe, but I actually quite like it as a recovery shoe. Some people like zero drop shoes for recovery days, but I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, I would say try the Saucony Endorphin Shift, the Accent, if you want to stay a bit lower in terms of budget. Otherwise, you can also try the classics, you know, Adidas Ultra Boost, Nike Pegasus can also work for easy day. But yeah, the Shift I actually quite enjoyed. Fourth question, best marathon racing shoe that is soft, good for medium paces and reachable, because some of them are rare, and you are very right. I would probably recommend the New Balance RC Elite for this type of profile, and I think it's available, so it ticks all the boxes. Yeah, RC Elite V2 for me. What is the running shoe with the best economics that you tested, meaning the amount of energy per kilometer or per speed, I think it was meant. I think it's the Nike Vaporfly X% to this day. Let's see if this changes in the Q2 Carbon data time on Saturday. So this is in French, but essentially Alain is asking to pick all the elements from different shoes to build together the shoe, the best possible shoe in my imagination. This is a really tricky question. I love it, but it's really hard to answer in a synthetic manner. Let's try to do it. So I would pick most likely, in terms of upper, Pegasus Turbo 2 or Deviate, Puma Deviate, very similar uppers, very breathable, very lightweight. The midsole, I would go for either supercritical EVA or a combo like Piba with a layer of EVA to make it a bit less plush. So something like the Pegasus Turbo, the Saucony Freedom 4, this type of midsoles. And yeah, actually Power Run PB could be the one with a tiny layer of EVA underneath, like you know, 1mm EVA rubberized outsole like on the Mach 4, 1mm of that. So in terms of Duramid score, we would be at like 28, 30 for the Piba layer, and maybe 35 for those of you following the Durometer rankings for the EVA layer. That would be a nice one. Outsole, I would pick the Puma Grip, excellent outsole. Laces, I would go for something a bit joyful, like the laces of the Saucony Endorphin Speeds V1. Good laces, and the color was nice, or at least some iterations had a different colorway. Why not, you know, to add a bit of joy to that. The tongue, I would pick the Tarmac 4 tongue, amazing tongue this year. Plate, not necessarily. I mean, a good, you know, overall shoe, if I had to just have one shoe, would not have a plate, I guess. Any lockdown system, gusseted tongue, fully gusseted, weight, probably that 230, 250 grams range, where I like the shoes to be, or at least for this type of non-plated, let's say, you know, all-rounder type of shoe. Drop, I would pick 6 or 8mm, 6 I guess, with a stack of 2430. 2430 sounds good. 22, 28 maybe, something, you know, not too high, but a bit of ground feel, but not too pounding. Price 140, 150 euros, I guess. Yeah, that would be the ideal shoe. Very good question. Robin is asking, hopefully not too late for the Q&A, but I'd be really interested in a running gel overview. What gives the most energy? What's the easiest to consume? Easy to carry in a race, and so on. Maybe a topic for a whole video. I do agree, this is a topic for a whole video, and since I read the comment, I'm actually thinking of doing one like this. Let me know if you're interested. What gives the most energy? Well, first of all, you need to know whether you need slow carbs or fast carbs. For a race, obviously that would be fast carbs. And then I think the most important before trying to understand all the you know, ingredients in a gel is to know whether you digest it properly or not. There are a few brands that have very good ratios in terms of you know, different macronutrients in gel, and that work quite well. And are they easy to carry? Not necessarily, but then we would also need to do an overview of the best race day shorts in which you have pockets to carry those gels. But I think, you know, my answer is not very comprehensive. I apologize for that, but let's try to do a whole video on this. I would like to. Then the best tempo interval shoe that does not rhyme with snoring weed. I learned an expression reading that one. I already said it to Rudis. Hokamak 4, I guess, 140 euros, $130, I think. So, and it's a good tempo shoe. If you want something leaning more towards intervals, Puma Liberate, it's like $110 and already discounted here in the EU. Frankie, a subscriber of the channel, mentioned it at 76 euros, which is crazy. And I do encourage you reaching for one at that price point, definitely. Your all-time favorite shoe, this is Anba. Excellent question, very hard to answer. From the top of my mind, without thinking too much about it, I would say Pegasus Turbo V1. But I mean, you know, ask me tomorrow and the answer may be a bit different, but I think, you know, Pegasus Turbo is in the top rankings. Running before running, that is exercises to avoid injury, warm up and cooling down, best strategies to keep on running and free of pain. Pain of free doesn't make sense. This is an excellent question, and I would say, you know, exercises before exercises, sleep. I mean, when I found out, I mean, I didn't find out, it's all over the place, written in research articles everywhere, but you need to understand it works for you as well. When I found out that sleep was a game changer for me, well, it was a game changer, so that's everything is said, and it really helps being less injury prone. It doesn't keep you away from injuries in general, and you can still have some, but when you have a good sleep, you can have the best, you know, massage, best nutrition, best anything, best accessories, best recovery tools, whatever you want. If you don't sleep properly, it won't work as good as it could. But then proper exercises, again, everything, you know, with a balance pad, you have so many things to do. With some elastic bands, you have so many things to do. With your body weight, you don't need to go to the gym and lift weights to stay injury free. With your body weight, you can do really a lot of things, and I can do a video on that if you want. Not really a question, but I'd like to see some cycling footage in the videos. This will come at you this summer. I promise. We have the drone, we have everything we need to install the GoPro on the bike, on the helmet, and I will be in the mountains in the Alps for my altitude training camp this summer, so you will have some cycling footage for sure. Thanks for the nice suggestion, Will. Christian asking Skechers Max Road 5 or Nova Blast 2 for long runs. I haven't tested the Nova Blast 2. Max Road 5 is amazing, and you will have a review coming very soon at you. So Max Road 5. This is a bit biased because I haven't tried both, but Max Road 5 is just really, really great. Running kit, what's the best watch? Coro Space 2. Shorts, I really like Nike Aero Swift shorts and half tights. Vest, I'm using Salomon Bonatti and it works really fine. Jackets, hydration kit, I'm using as a hydration vest. I only have one because I'm not doing lots of trail running, but I have the S-Lab, I think it's S-Lab Pro 5 liters, and it's really nice. I'm using it, but my girlfriend is using it as well and she enjoys it. Should I pre-order the artist? Yes, you should. Unless you already have the Adidas Adizero Adios V1 or V2, they're quite similar, but if you don't have the Adidas Adios Pro, you should pre-order the artist, indeed. And you should also watch the Q2 Carbon Data Time because the artist is featured in there. Spoiler. Ronan is asking, I'm looking for a marathon racing shoe. I'm about 75 kilos and want to run 3 hours and 15 minutes. What is the best choice in your opinion? Thanks. You could go, depending on the budget, you could go Saucony Endorphin Speed. It could work. Nike Vaporfly would work very well, and I think the pace is quite good already for that type of shoe. So one of these two very popular choices, and they work for many people. Now, if you have a specific gait cycle, specific biomechanics, and you know, there are other shoes that may work better for you, but I haven't seen you running and I don't know if you're like, you know, pronating, heel striking, or whatever else. So in general, shoes that may work for many people are, indeed endorphin speed, Vaporfly Next%. I think that would make sense. Daniele from Rome, congratulations Alex, at the end of the year, more than 2,000 subscribers, for sure. Thank you Daniele, I hope so, and even more. Let's go there. Which is your weekly training preparing a race? Volume, speed works, tempo, easy gym, recovery runs, do you double often? Take care and see you in the next one. So preparing a race, that would mean like a block of 10-12 weeks before a race. And this is actually starting now because my A race, the Duathlon Long Distance World Championships, are on September 19. So what would that look in terms of volume? So essentially my week is split in like running, cycling, and indeed strength, mobility, core training. Running takes 30% of the time, then cycling 60%, and the rest of strength and mobility, core 10%. In terms of hours, that would look like something between 15 and 20 hours a week, starting maybe a bit below like 12, and then last year I went up to 26 for a couple of weeks, but that's of course not the whole year, that's preparing for a race. Otherwise the off season and base training can look a bit different. And then do I double? Yes, I do. Every day I'm doing bike and run, or bike and strength, or run and strength, but every day I have at least 2 sessions, and in those type of periods leading into a peak race, I may even have 3 sessions, run, bike, strength, or 2 runs, quite rare but happens, and a bike. And in that, yes, I do have pretty much every week 2 quality sessions, so intensity on the run, and 2 quality sessions with intensities on the bike. And the rest is pretty easy with variations of what easy means, but this is pretty much it. Christian, Hyperion Tempo or Mach 4 for tempo runs? I would go Hyperion Tempo, really enjoyed the shoe, but Mach 4 could work as well. 2 very good choices, you can't go wrong with either of them. It will depend on your preferences for the feet, for your biomechanics. I would pick Hyperion Tempo. Thanks Christian for the question. How are you doing with running data on zero drop shoes? Ultra, for instance, is it really lowering the impact on the knee? Well, good question, and stay tuned for that. There's a video in the making where I'm comparing zero drop shoe with a very high drop shoe, 12 millimeters, I think. So yeah, I don't have the answers yet in terms of data and metrics, but stay tuned, the video will arrive very soon. Hey Alex, great products for the channel. Thank you very much, Frankie. I'm really interested by the socks review, and my question is, are you gonna test some other running gears like watches, clothes, hydration vests or belts, hats, goggles? I would love to test some other running gears, but I only have so much time and money to invest for the channel. This will maybe expand at some point, and I hope it will, but for the moment I also have some limits in terms of time and what I can buy myself. So I would love to, but one review at a time. Now we're doing the Mega Sock review coming at you next week, and who knows, maybe in the summer we can do another one for instance, sunglasses for running, or best t-shirts. You let me know which one you'd be the most interested in. But yeah, this may happen. Let's see. All right, 2 last questions. With parkruns coming back in the UK, hopefully your best 5K shoe on the Tarmac across a price range of £100. Adidas Adios 6 or Puma Liberate. One or the other, I would pick the Adios 6. And then last question, again in French from Alain. Alain is asking my personal records, so I'm gonna start with the 5K. I have a 16:25 5K. 10K, I have a 34 minutes flat, so 34:00 seconds. I was hoping to go sub 34 that day, and I missed for a second. Half marathon, it's not brilliant because it's the second half of my marathon PR PB. So it's a 1:23, and I was hoping to improve that in 2020, but 2020 happened, so there were no half marathons for me to improve. And full marathon, I have a 2:50 in Berlin. So here you go with my records, and yeah, I think half marathon and marathon are those of the four that I'm willing to improve maybe in 2021 after my duathlon season. But again, you have to keep in mind that first of all, I'm a duathlete and I'm working to compete at the best possible level in duathlon. So I'm not really focusing on my running PRs, PBs. I would love to have time to do so all the season long, but it's not the case. Maybe someday, who knows? All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in for the Q&A video. I will see you on Saturday, 4 p.m. Brussels time, 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the West Coast, and past midnight in Asia and Australia. For the carbon data time for Q2 2021. Very interesting video, and I will be online with you in the premiere release to chat. I'll see you then. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, your families, and enjoy your runs, your rides, go beyond your limits, and see you on Saturday. Bye bye.